Hey, what's up guys? Bry2J back with an all-new Yay Toys Plus, and today's review is going to be on the amazing Yamaguchi powered by Revoltech Gambit. He is number 12 in the line. I've missed out on only two of these figures, being Psylocke and Greypool, but I just had to pick up Gambit. I've seen a lot of good reviews about this figure, and I thought to myself, hey, I just got a wisdom tooth extracted. I want to get myself a toy. So with that being said, let's take a closer look at the Yamaguchi Gambit. So before I get into talking about Gambit, I just want to talk to you a little bit more about the packaging. Because as a fan of this line, I think their packaging really stands out, and I actually have all my original packaging from all other Revoltechs that I have. So something special about this packaging, because sure, it says Yamaguchi, has the figure under Yamaguchi and the name and the series number, and then all the nice little artwork across it, like the figure on the side there and the fighting image there. And then let me flip this around, and you got, of course it says Gambit, and it says sorry, I built up my charge inside my own body, then pass it on to something else. Say a playing card. Sorry for my really bad, Cajun accent. I'm sorry to say this, but I don't think so. And then what kind of job? And he also has, as of today, you can't afford me no more. So, it's the typical Yamaguchi, tough talk on the back of the box. But something a little bit extra, because as you see here, you got a couple of playing cards on the box, right? You got this one here. I mean, this one's kind of like, not really a good one because it's behind a graphic, but you got one up top here. You got one on the side here. So there's hidden playing cards throughout the box, and that's really cool. So now let me open it up, because this is pretty awesome as well. So this might be the one box that I cut apart a little bit, because you got a couple of playing cards on the flap. There's a couple more down there. And then something really cool. Let me not knock my camera down. You got a couple of cutout cards there. And then when you open up the other side, sorry guys, I'm going to take this off the table for a quick second. Alright, so put you back. You got a couple more playing cards up top, and then a couple more playing cards on that flap. I don't think they're the same cards either. Let's see, 5 of Spades on top, 3 of Hearts. Nope, they're all different. So that is really awesome that you can cut apart your box without ruining it, mind you. And you got cards. So, because Gambit is a big fan of playing cards. And then, of course, let me just take out the graphic from the back. Beautiful piece of artwork there. Gambit throwing his cards. Get the staff. A couple more images there. A couple more images there. Yeah, this is just fantastic. And I really want to take all of my inserts from all my Yamaguchis and get frames, because I think these are too nice to just keep inside the box, so now let's take this off. Alright, now let's talk about Gambit. And here's everybody's favorite Ragin' Cajun, and I gotta say, I'm really, really happy. I know a few reviewers were kind of, hit or miss on them. There's, some gripes. I do have similar issues, but not as bad, which I'll talk about a little later. So yeah, I've always been a fan of Gambit, probably since back to the old X-Men animated series. I wish I still had the old Gambit, with the kick leg, but unfortunately I lost him in the beach, buried in the sand, I think, when I was, 7, 8. Then I actually still have the Toy Biz version. It's just not here. It's at my mom's house. Haven't gotten a chance to bring all my old Legends and stuff to the new apartment yet. but it'll be here eventually. So yeah, let me tell you some little story. So technically I should not be reviewing this figure at this time because I had a wisdom tooth extracted earlier today. So right as of this video, it is Monday. So had one extracted, and my mouth should be, useless at this time, but I got lucky with the extraction, and it was quick and not as painful as I was fearing, and I was like, hey, I need to go to Image Anime and buy myself a figure. So I did, and this is the one I purchased, and as a fan of Gambit, I figured this is the best way to make myself feel happy. So I've kind of rambled on long enough with that. Let's take a closer look at Gambit, right? That's why we're here. This figure is really awesome, and the sculpt and the paintwork and everything is just spot on. As you see, he's holding not one but two of his accessories, which I'll talk a little bit about, and then I'll get further into detail later. Kinetic energy card with Ace of Hearts, and his trusty bow staff. So let's take those out real quick, so we can kind of pose this guy around a little bit better. First, let's take a closer look at the face sculpt. And some people say it's a little anime-ish, and I get it because that is Yamaguchi. Like, they're not going to do a real print technology because this is based off their version of a comic. And that's cool. I really love the way the hair came out. Just the paint and detail on the hair is fantastic. It really looks like that Gambit, brushed wild hair, in the wind. I really dig it. The faceplate came out really, really cool. Let me move this back a little so you can see. So the faceplate came out really, really cool. The body armor area came out really nice. I do like the pink and black wash. Very, very Heart Foundation because it was the 90s. So, and congrats to them on their Hall of Fame induction. But anyway, they're really, really going to town with these figures, and I think the paintwork looks really, really great. I do like the metallic silver on the boots, and another really cool thing is that they added articulation at the knee, but I'll get more into that when I talk articulation. As for the coat, it's a couple of separate pieces. The material used for the back end of the coat is actually a soft, pliable material. It's unlike the Batman cape and the Magneto, but it's molded to look like fabric, and it works better. It's a lot lighter. It doesn't weigh the figure down, and it's really, really cool. This is one gripe I have here, where the elbow pads to the coat come off a little easy, but it's on a ball system, just on the back end, and I can just plug that right back in with ease. So yeah, the really, really nice looking brown use for the coat too. This figure is really, really cool. Yeah, there's also the sculpted in collar lines, which I don't know if you could see that. And this is also a separate piece, this plate with the collar. So, yeah, and I do like the traditional Gambit fingerless gloves. So also really cool because he always had like the, just the with the ring finger and the middle finger covered, and the rest just empty. That's really cool. They really went to town with that. Just really did them up nice. For height, Gambit is a tall dude, right? Gambit's probably like 6'3", I think. It's been a minute, but I'm pretty sure Gambit's like 6'3". Let me just get him to balance real quick. And I can show you a height comparison as well as use my trusty measuring tape that's been with me since my very first review. And I'm not talking about Yay Toys Plus. I'm talking about when I first started reviewing for Inner City Geeks, way back in 2014. So this guy's been with me for 9 years. Sorry, I can't do math today. 5 years, and it's really, really cool that this thing is still stuck around, hasn't worn down yet. So Gambit is about 6¼ inches tall, and that's really awesome. So let me put that thing away now. And now let me show you a height comparison. So the only figure I have right now from Revoltech that's not on my shelf, because it's quite a climb to get to them at the moment, is trusty old Logan, aka the Wolverine. And still one of my favorite figures ever from the line. And you can see that Wolverine is short and Gambit is taller, and that works really well together. I really dig it. And then, let me see if I can break something else out real quick for you. Break out the Marvel Legends Mystique figure. That was the Walgreens exclusive about a month and a half ago. Back when the $13.99 sale was up. So yeah, you see the height. Right, get this to focus. Come on, almost there. Come on. There we are. So you can see, because Mystique and Rogue are about the same height, that this works. And yeah, I never got to reviewing Mystique. If you guys want me to review Mystique, let me know. But you know, here she is making her camera debut right now. So yeah, height-wise, I mean, it all works out. Let me bring Logan back into the picture so you can see the difference between all three. Right, so you see it's like small, medium, and large, right? So yeah, move Logan out of the way now. Take Mystique away. Let's talk more about Gambit. So yeah, that's Gambit in the height. Now let me talk articulation. Let me get this back over here. Get this ready. So typical Revoltech. So what you do is you got the Revoltech joint. Actually, no, it's a ball peg, just like Deathstroke. So that's something new. And I'll talk about the new and old comparison in a minute. But with the articulation, so you got a ball joint at the neck, and you can go down pretty far, a lot of side to side. Really, really good pivot. That faceplate is the other gripe that I have, and other reviewers have it too, but mine isn't as loose as others, knock on wood. So yeah, it's about as loose as Batman's is, to be honest. Or at least mine. So these shoulder pads here are on a hinge, like it's like a one ball socket on the back end, so they do go up and down, and it covers the joints. He does have this outward motion, which is something that Deathstroke had, and he does have the Revoltech joint elbows. The cuff moves on the coat, and then you also have the Revoltech hinges for the wrist, so full mobility. Decent ab crunch. And then, I don't think... Oops, I just popped him apart. He's on a ball peg, clearly. And there goes another one of those shoulder pads. So you can go back together. Pretty simple. Revoltech joints, they're designed to fall apart and go back together again. Yeah, put that back. Had this figure for a little while. That's the first time that happened. Well, the ball peg part. So, decent crunch, but you gotta just, I guess, be wary of that. But it can go down decently far. Right. My camera focus. There we go. He does have an okay split, but it doesn't seem like much. Yeah, there's not really a split in there. But he can kick forward. He can kick pretty back if you just force it a little bit. He does have a thigh swivel. He has the Revoltech joint knees that go in pretty far. Something Batman should have had. Click! The knee pads to cover the joint. He does have rotation at the calf. Toe hinge. And then a ankle rocker Revoltech joint. So that's the body. And then the coat is on Revoltech joints to get them flowing in the wind. Pose them to your liking so they're not going to be like just in the way, you know? So, Gambit has a decent amount of articulation, and honestly, he's shaping up to be a decent figure so far. You know, like, despite my one or two little gripes, yeah, I really like it. I feel like I have looseness in my left leg, but that's okay. That's fixable too. So yeah, those are all Gambit's detailing and, you know, articulation points. But real quick, so like I was saying, as I was showing you articulation in certain areas, Deathstroke had the same thing with the neck being a ball hinge. Carnage had the waist thing, and I think the leg thing too. And Deathstroke also had the up and down things. So they're kind of taking a little bit, you know, new to the old for certain things. Like, I mean, we've come a long way since Deadpool, which was like October of 2016. We've certainly come a long way since Spider-Man, whose vanilla posing was just hideous, and you just had to deal with it because, well, he's a posable figure. He wasn't meant to be in vanilla. Yeah, don't know why the... Come on, autofocus. Yeah, move him out of the way there. So yeah. All in all, a decent figure, right? So now we talked about his detailing, we talked about his height, and we did comparison, we did articulation, and talked about his new-ish style body mold. Now let's talk about his accessories. So first things first, we'll talk about his display base. And I've noticed over the last couple of Revoltechs, they've certainly changed the base. I want to say this style started with Batman, where you not only have the one hole in the middle, but now you have, is it 9, 10, 11 different spots to put the little piece to hold him on. So you could kind of have him in almost like a fighting motion. Just get another stick, put it in, and do your thing. And that's really neat. And, of course, here is the piece in question. And you got the bottom part here, middle here, and then here. It's just a Phillips head screwdriver, so loosen and tighten to your liking. Right? And you can plug it away in any part where you want on the base. And then the other thing it comes with is this clip, which I never really used the clip part, but it's really cool that you have that option. Now let's talk about his primary accessories. In the start of the video, I had him holding this. So Gambit is known for his bow staff outside of his cards. And a lot of the times, he'll charge this up with kinetic energy and use this as a weapon. Like, he'll charge it up and go boom, and like, it'll just, you know, that energy blast that'll knock down any opponent. It's not metal. It's a hard plastic. Well, not hard, but pliable. Still, just be careful. What really would have been cool, but we're asking a lot, is if this would have collapsed. Because Gambit, his staff is only about one piece in the middle, and then it on both sides. That would have been pretty cool. But it, you know, unfortunately, they didn't give that to Remy LeBeau. Alright, now let's talk about his kinetic energy cards. So you got the one that was also in the start of the video. And try to get this camera to focus again. So you have this kinetic energy playing card. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's the Ace of Hearts. And I do like the translucent clear to pink back to clear plastic. But what's really cool is that it's not a blank card, because on the back it has a pattern like playing cards do, and that's really cool. Next up, you got a secondary one. So if you want to throw both, this time you got the Ace of Spades, also with the red on the back. Same kinetic clear to pink to clear. Actually, no, this one is clear to pink and it just stays pink. So it's a little different. I didn't actually catch that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. For other cool kinetic effects or card effects. You got these here. You got a right and a left. And these here, you could stick in his card-throwing hands, or his open display hands, which, here's his display hands. Now, each one has a hole. Make sure I got the right one. There's actually right and left to right and left, which is designed that way. So, he has, let me use the right hand for this. So, here you have the open hand, and you can see there's a hole there. And there's a peg on the other side of this plastic kinetic piece. And it kind of looks like he's just ready to shuffle the cards and then throw them at you. So that's really awesome. So you get a set of that. You got a set of fists. So if Gambit just wants to like punch, you could totally do that. And then lastly, you get a set of... actually, I got a... Yeah, you got the set in Gambit's hand, and then these. So, you got here. Oh, Gambit can make a heart toward Rogue. Which I wish I had my Marvel Legends Rogue here, but it's, you know, also at my mom's. But yeah, it's really cool that you get these hands here. And then these are basically designed for, I think these are the staff hands. Yeah, like you could have him like twirl his staff around. I think. I'm not 100%. And then one more thing here. Well, A and B. You got the extra faceplate with the gridded teeth. Let me get this to focus. Okay. So I don't know if you guys could see it well. My camera's being a little wonky as usual. But gridded teeth. And it's really the only difference, but one feature that they did offer, which they offer every now and again, is this little peg, and then you could take this and plug it in to his eye, and then just kind of move it around. So yeah, I'm not going to do it, but if you guys seen my other videos where I do it, you know, it's there. But yeah, that's the other piece. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This Gambit is actually really worth it. I don't know if you guys are a big fan of Gambit or a big fan of the X-Men, big fan of, you know, Revoltech. Definitely a big... Don't miss out on this, is basically what I'm trying to say. He is totally worth it. Like I said, I got him at Image Anime. Yeah, he is a fun one. I couldn't wait to go home and pose this guy around after having that, you know, tooth pull. So, yeah, definitely pick him up, alright? Alright, well, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks again for watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing. You could, of course, find this video on InnerCityGeeks.com. And you could, of course, follow me on social media. I'm at Bry_2J on Twitter. And you can follow the channel at Yay Toys Plus on Instagram. So, that's about it, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.